I bring a subject, it's a new in our community, it's the fuzzy machine. And here it is. I know the title and the subject may be a little bit strange or confused, but follow me. I am talking at Golang conference about fuzzy machine. So I can confirm, this talk will be about confusion. Let's go to unfuzzy the fuzzy packaging. What's Golang package? And I don't know, just a question. It's package. It's a subject common for everyone here, or there are new beginners in Golang. Please raise your hand if you're a beginner and don't know exactly what's packaging. Okay. So Go source have fuzzy files, né? And what the Go package fuzz did, they put that source into that package, and current Go source fuzzy files, there are there's three sources: input.go, matchup.go, and symbol.go. And I ask you to try to do your contribution here, because nowadays that package it's not open to you use and reuse, recycle that code. So it's an open source package. You can contribute it. So fuzzy packaging, like I said, it's just a directory in your computer. A package resides in a directory, so you can use, and I use it in my machine for now, but I don't have time to do it and commit it to the Golang source. So I will try, and of course I don't know if it work, and if it's not working, please help me. So, why Golang fuzzy package make Golang fuzzy package make the hard work for us? And this is why I'm trying to open that package to community. But attention, like I said before, the Golang fuzzy package for now it's only available on the LSP. It means you can use it on your machine. You can use it like, for example, in the Golang playground. If you want to or try to use it in the Golang playground at this time, you'll be occurs error, like this is not in the Go path, so or the Go route, sorry, because like I said, this is not in the route at this point. But it's a good thing. And alternatives that the Golang community have been updated. There are 3 examples I found and I tested in the community. There is not mine, it's another Gophers. And this works perfectly. But they have a big problem, because if you don't know fuzzy logic, these packets can be confusing. So Golang the Golang package officially try to simplify these packages. So how you can use Golang fuzzy package at this moment? Né? Package fuzzy implements a fuzzy machine algorithm. Anyone here knows what is a fuzzy machine? Okay. Então, fuzzy machine, what did fuzzy machine do? Today we have a fancy term like synthetic data, but this term synthetic data it's very old friend for me, but you don't use that name. You can explore a parse data, and explore it and turn it rich set data. Like I will show in the end. But today, and how you can do that, how you can give more value to the per set data, for example. You can use the fuzzy machine. Fuzzy machine is a big complement of a lot of algorithms, and you don't have just one, you don't have, I think, at minimal 15 for a 15, but in the Golang package, now you have just 3 functions set up, so we need to construct the others. But I bring to this talk the 3 we have and what you can do with that and how that functions help me with my daily job. The first one is the funky finds the best match. I don't know if I have been clear, but these functions these functions is part of the the big box of fuzzy machine. So one of those functions is the find the best match. If that functions do, they just compare what you want and what you want to compare. For example, I want to compare beer with bear, and they will compare it. And if you have a table, for example, I will show next for you. If you have a table like you have beer and bear, and if I ask for you what do you think about that 2 words, for you if you're not a native English, for example, in your brain that it's the same word, but no, because they seem similar with the sound, but in the end they are completely different words. So another analysis you can do. I don't know what happened. Yes. The last segment, for example, you can use, for the last segment, you can use, for example, parts of the word to compare. You compare, for example, the letters in the word beer and bear. And if you pass that 2 words through that function, they output for me, for example, a similarity like 70%, because I have just one word, one letter different. So this is how that fuzzy machine compares things. It's not the one way, like I said. You can compare like with sound by sound, letter by letter, string by string, the length of the string and another types. So we have also defined the best match. This is what I use to construct that, to build that talk, because here we can compare a list with another list. For example, we can find the best comparison between 2 lists, for example. So, in summing up, this is what we have nowadays, and why I bring this, because the fuzzy machine is very, very important to our world nowadays, and I ask for you to give a chance to build that in our community. Of course, we have it in a lot of packages in Python, for example, but why don't build it in Go when we are using Go for machine learning, for example, for IA things, for computer vision? So, Golang fuzzy package implements a fuzzy machine. Like I said before, it's simple to implement in your machine for that time, but just import fuzzy, double quote fuzzy, and you can use that three functions, like when you just import the FMT and use, for example, to another function like hello world. Okay, Sheimy, but why you use it? Why you are carving that that path in the Golang? Well, let me tell about my daily nightmare or my daily job, if you prefer. I swear, I won't tell about it because everyone knows I work at Oracle, but in Oracle, they let me use Golang. So, because a lot of our clients have Golang in your, oh my gosh, I forgot the name. In your tech stack. In your tech stack. So I don't want to say to my client, my customer, okay, just let's do it in Python or in another language, because they use Golang yet. So this is an example of a big database they send me every day. It's not, of course, it's not a real case, but it's very, very similar, because they just send me an Excel table, and this is my all data, and just work with it. And okay, but how I can work with it? What do you want to do? I want to do with it. So, but what the customer want when they send me that kind of table? They want, for example, that I output of that data. For example, what the beer styles, or what the beer styles the customer prefer, what the beer styles they want to consume, to drink in the next summer, for example. And they want to know that and just send me that. Really, really, it's insane. Because, but me and my team, we creating through the Oracle MVP inside the Oracle. Sorry, I pass a. We create an MVP inside the Oracle to help other teams to output, to help the customers when my mic is okay? Okay. Help the customers when they send to that team or to that person a data set like that. It's not a data set, so, but you can ask for the client or the customer every time, okay, what do you want more than that? And they said, oh, I need to see with my the team data, and you need to sign a document and blah, 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 blah. I don't know if you are, if you know that kind of problem, but what happens if you don't give some results quickly? They just give up of the idea, and the innovation didn't occur. So there are two ways I see to discover what that poor data set can give to us. One of that way, it's a quote by Daniela. So, beat the data until they answer. I don't know if it will be effective a long term, because they can smash the data and the data can run away. Or another option is to use a fuzzy machine algorithm. Like I said, it's a technique. It's not a new technique, but for Go, it's a new technique. So now, until last year, what I did, I just coding in Go, or use the Go code of my customer, and that analysis I use, for example, Python to do it. So I need to, for example, pick up the data from that code and do a REST call, and then did another REST call, and just to, because I can link it, the two codes together. Now it's possible, and this is a example what we can do with per data, and how to implement that to discover more data without replicate data or without do synthetic data. So it's a gray area in what the fuzzy machine output is, and what is synthetic data, or what is duplicated data. But what can we do? For example, if this is a fuzzy machine, this is the interface of one fuzzy machine, for example. Behind this, we can, for example, run a code like that I show you before. But in that fuzzy machine, we have, for example, 1, 2, 3, more than 3 functions, né? So sorry, more than 3 functions. So this is my goal to the Golang community. Bring more that function to try to compare more things and avoid false positives. So I compare 2 strings, India, pale ale, and sorry if I don't speak properly, if the name of the ale, not beer. Here's the red ale. What the fuzzy machine tell me that the length deviation, it's 80%. Okay, I think everyone here knows what is a red ale or a pale ale. But for example, me, as a Brazilian, I don't know until last 3 months ago the difference with beer and an ale, I swear. And for example, I try to imagine that I'm a Brazilian, I'm not speaking English properly, or I don't have any friends here. But I discovered that I want to drink beer or ale, and try to understand the difference without know anything about the process of beering, the process of beering, or I don't know, the smell, the ingredients, I don't know anything. But I have a fuzzy machine in my laptop because I'm an IT person. And I have the Google, for example, with the endless list about types of ale, types of beer. So I will put in my machine a list of type of ale, a list of type of beer, and the list will give me the output, and told me this is have 80% of 80% the chance this is ale indeed, or this is have 6% that is a beer. So I can ask for the guy in the balcony, the guy in the bar for Irish red or India pale ale. Why I bring that example? Because if you think in ale or beer, it's easy because we know what is beer and ale now. I think I know what a bit of difference. But imagine if your customer bring to you a subject you don't know, like types of cracking in plates or in cups, for example, in an industry example, or how the tires can erupt during race, for example, in little details. So when we pass the data to a complex or a unknowledge word, the fuzzy machine help us to classify that data in just not in yes or no or 0 or 1, but the fuzzy machine put it in intervals like 0 to 100%. So you can use that to know a little bit the path you're going to, or help your customer, for example. This is another example. It's, for example, with the sounds we are similar to our ears. Like example, beer and bear, like I said before. Look that match, 100%, but it's nonsense. So attention for the false positive, because if you don't use the correct function, like we have 3 at this time, you can forge incorrect data. So it's tricky, but the only way we can avoid false positive, for example, or have a little amount about false positive. It's training and training and training, and use a lot of data you can forge. For example, you can use that. Just a second. That table, that poor table. And for example, it's a beer or it's a ale. Oops. And you have yes or no. When you pass that data to the one function, for example, in the fuzzy machine, these answers, yes or no, it's not be more yes or no. They will transform in 6%, 5%, 10%, and then you can use again that information to repass to the fuzzy algorithm, and you can you have a double of data. It's not a good practice if you're asking for a person who works with data, but sometimes it's just all you have. You don't have any more about it, so you need to work with you have. So this is not a good practice. Like I said, in the data community, sorry. But this is what I do nowadays, to give you a little help or a little sign for how I will give the answer that my customer wants, or a little, like I said, a little sign to the, okay, there is hope just with that. And I don't know if I will be clear. Like I think I can. Yes, I use. Oh my gosh, I can. How I can use my Mango? Yes, thank you. Here. Can you change my screen? Yes, just it. Yes. This is what happened, like I said, today. Unfortunately, it's not available if you want to run it in our machine, because here is the first package is not in Go root. But I want to, and my intention is committed to that as soon as possible, to presentation, just a second, to give to us, the Golang community, a chance to work properly with Golang machine without dependency like Python or another language. Of course, you can use and continue using another language or another way, but if you can, the package is inside the LSP at this point, I think it's a big step. And I just passed the slides to continue with that. I don't know if my talk was clear. It's a fuzzy subject, I know that, but I have been using fuzzy machine during my entire career since 2008, 2000 or early. Of course, the way to use it is changing by the time, but it's the first time I tried to use it in a Golang code, and it works. So I implemented inside the Oracle Cloud a tool to the pre-sales can use that data set they receive from the clients and input that data and give them a little hope to how I can solve this problem, how I can point the customer pain, for example. What the data can output and show me that customer don't tell me, for example, or didn't tell me in our one-on-ones. So special thanks to Daniela Petruzalek, because she, a few years ago, gave me a huge help to work with Go and teach me the basics of Go I learned, and since this time, I changed. I stopped working with C++ and C# and started work with Golang. And for example, if you have a small slot of time, how it's my daily job, for example, and Golang, for example, helps a lot because it's a quickly to code, and I can just link it with another packages and reuse that. So this talk I thinking during a trip to the UK 4 months ago, and I have drink some ales, and this is what I imagine, like how I can explain fuzzy or try to explain fuzzy in a easy way. So my base is the LSP of fuzzy in the Golang. And this book, I don't know if anyone read that. It's the title comes from this book. It's a book that if you will read, they tell you about the fuzzy machine. It's one of the subjects of this book, in like a drunk, like what if I drink something and starting asking questions for the things in front of me or during my walk. So what seems nonsense at the first time, after the fuzzy machine starts have some linked into that things. So in case you are under, okay, Sheimy, and what the Ching you told in the subtitle, and of the Gopher's butt, and the beer, and the ale. So I dare you, all you, to enter in that golang.org in the LSP fuzzy and put, I think it's a Chinese oracle, a very old Chinese oracle, that you can they use fuzzy to do sort with that information. For example, what I think have to explain how they sort works. They use, for example, of course, in the past they use just sticks to do the sort, but nowadays almost I think sort use fuzzy to build the the hexagrams. So the Gophers, but what this is have in common with Ching and beer and ale? Just put that words in a machine, in a fuzzy machine, you will discover. That's it.